Hi, Blake and Matt from footballboost.co.uk, and today we're testing and reviewing the brand new X15 Plus SL by Adidas Football. Now this is the first ever SL version of the standard X, so how does it compare to that boot? We'll find out in this video. So like the standard version of the X, the X15 Plus SL is designed for the chaos players. The likes of Luis Suarez, Thomas Muller, Gareth Bale and Karim Benzema are the headline wearers of the X15 Plus SL. It's really designed for the wingers and the strikers of the game. You're not going to see many central midfielders, central defenders or goalkeepers wear this boot. In saying that, the X15 Plus SL can be worn by anyone on the pitch. Goalkeepers, left backs, right backs, central defensive midfielders can all wear this boot. It's really all about personal preference and what you like in a football boot, but it's really marketed for those wingers and strikers. With this boot being the SL version of the standard X, it's going to weigh around 200 grams depending on the size you have, 190 to 210 grams, it all depends on the size you have. So this makes it 40 grams lighter than the standard X15.1, 40 grams difference, a really noticeable difference when you're playing on the pitch.
So in terms of the fit of the new XSL, it's virtually the same as the standard X. It will be narrow in the midfoot and also in the toe box. The only slight difference is that it might be a little bit more comfortable due to the upper being slightly softer. Wearing my usual size and the boots are very true. If you do want that slightly more snug fit, go for half a size down, but myself personally, I'll go for my true size. Moving on to the break-in, and there won't be many sessions needed to fully break the boots in, maybe just 2 or 3 so they become accustomed to you, and it is a little bit softer than that standard X again, so it will be easier to break in compared to that 15.1.
So the headline feature of the new X15 Plus SL is this new Tpu material combined with the new X cage. It's going to lock down your foot in the midfoot. It's not going to be as aggressive as the TechFit technology seen in the Ace Pure Control and the PrimeKnit, but it's certainly going to lock down your foot in place, as well as that central lacing system, just going to enhance that lockdown feel. So the upper used on the X15 Plus SL is very different to the standard X skin seen on the 15.1 Silo. It spans the toe box to the midfoot, similar to the hybrid touch materials used on previous Adidas Silos. It's softer, but it's not going to be as thin as the X skin seen on the standard X15.1 Silo. Moving on to the actual feel of the upper, and you do get that barefoot feel when touching and striking the ball due to that softer upper compared to the standard X15.1. The SL version is super soft, however there is no texture and there's no NSG. So whereas the X15.1, the standard version, had NSG across the entire boot, the SL version is kept completely smooth, so that's something to look out for. So one of the minor improvements from the standard X15.1 Silo is that the new TechFit collar merges with the heel region for a more seamless fit around the ankle. On the standard X15.1 version, you had the X skin, then you had the TechFit collar, and it didn't really merge and sync together, but now it sort of merges together for a more seamless fit around the ankle. The new TechFit collar merges with the new elasticated tongue, which is very lightweight. It's one of the reasons why it's 40 grams lighter than the standard version. So it lowers the weight of the boot, but it leaves a vulnerable area on top of your foot. So it's not going to be the great in terms of protection on top of your foot.
There's nothing special going on with the lacing system, it's just a normal standard central lacing system. The only thing that you will take note of is that the tongue itself doesn't feature any tongue eyelets, so those laces do just wrap the side panels and won't actually integrate with the tongue at all. The back of the boot has been changed slightly. The heel cup features an internal heel counter the same as the standard X. However, to me, it feels a little bit more solid, which is something I do like. However, apart from the way it actually is, it's internal, there's no difference there.
So like on the standard X15.1, the X15 Plus SL uses the X-Claw sole plate and stud system. It's designed for use on both firm ground pitches like we're doing today, as well as artificial ground surfaces. So one of the key aspects of the standard X15.1 and the new X15 Plus SL is the claw studs. It's really designed to offer aggressive acceleration and speed. They're not conical, there's no conical studs on this boot, and it is designed for firm ground and AG pitches. A great thing to have in any football boot.
So what you do get in terms of performance from the XSL is that really enhanced lockdown feel from the side panels, the X cage either side. It does have that see-through effect, which is quite nice too. Also, the upper has been changed slightly and it is softer and will give you a nicer touch and feel on the ball. That's something that I felt when playing in these. And also, of course, just like the standard X15.1, you get that aggressive X-Plus stud system and sole plate, which means that you can get some really responsive turns and sprints. So the upper is definitely better compared to the 15.1, but something to look out for. We've been testing these boots for about an hour and already the upper has come away from the sole plate. So that is actually a tear in that very soft upper. So although we have made it a little bit more soft and cushioned, sole separation may occur prematurely.
So if we take things back a bit and talk about the design of the new X15 Plus SL, most of the upper is white. You've got black on the heel and black on the sole, with hints of shock blue and semi-solar slime on the X cage and laces. A really modern and classic design in one. So the main improvements the X15 Plus SL has over the standard X15.1 is that it's much lighter. It's 40 grams lighter than the standard version, a decent drop in weight. It has that seamless ankle feel with the Tpu technologies merging with the new tongue system and the heel for a much more seamless ankle feel. A nice little improvement there. Obviously this boot has no NSG non-stop grip on the boot, which I feel is more of a marketing feature than anything to do with performance. And of course you're going to have that barefoot feel in these boots. The barefoot feel is much more cushioned this time round rather than very thin in the standard X15.1, even though this is the SL version.
So there's no doubt Adidas have made the XSL a better boot compared to its standard model, the X15.1. However, it does come with some slight weaknesses. There is definitely a lack of protection across the midfoot in that tongue area due to the stretchy and mesh-like material, so any impacts will be felt. The XSL again has that narrow fit, so wide-footed players, this might not be a boot for you, and you could look at the Ace. And again, there is a lack of comfort, and although the XSL does feature that slightly more softer upper, there is still a lack of comfort compared to Nike's Tempo range and also the Ace leather. So if you are looking for a boot with a little bit more comfort, maybe look at those two boots, which I did say. However, overall, the XSL is definitely a better boot than compared to its X15.1.
So overall, there's definitely some pros and some cons with the new X15 Plus SL. It's much lighter than the standard X15.1, which is definitely a good thing. It's 40 grams lighter, really decent drop in terms of weight. Overall, it's a boot I probably wouldn't wear. I'm a player with very, very wide feet. It's not going to be the best for me because it's got a very, very narrow last. What about you, Matt?
Well, the X boot is actually a boot that I wear myself in my matches. I wear the Prime Knit version because I think it is a lot better than the standard X15.1. And although there's no doubt that the SL version is better than the X15.1, I still would prefer the Prime Knit, but overall it is a slight improvement compared to the .1.
Yeah, so that is our review of the X15 Plus SL. Any questions, drop in the comments below, and please vote in our card whether you like the X15 Plus SL or prefer the standard X15.1. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.